Hello and welcome back to ECS Coffee. My name is Rebecca and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new DeLonghi machine, the DeLonghi La Specialista Touch. So as you may be aware, there are so many La Specialistas in the lineup from DeLonghi, and this is the newest launch and release from them. I personally have used this machine before filming this review, and I already know that I do enjoy this machine. But we're going to break it down for you, show you all of its functions and features, all of the goodness that it has. So this is a semi-automatic espresso machine. We have an onboard grinder, we have a color display touchscreen, and then we have an automatic steaming wand as well. So the steam wand is the same steaming wand that they put in the Dedica Maestro Plus, so I know that I am a fan of that steam wand already. In the down position, it's automatic. In the upright, it is manual, so you still have your chance to be the barista with this machine. So we're going to kind of walk you through this machine from start to finish. I do want to show you the Bean Adapt technology. So this is something that some of the super automatics from DeLonghi will have, where it helps you to get the right grind size for the bean that you're using in your machine. But they've now put it into their semi-automatic unit here. So this is the only La Specialista from their lineup, only semi-automatic, that does have the Bean Adapt technology. We have programmed it to be compatible with our Colombian espresso, surprise. So I know that it's pouring good shots right now. So we're going to kind of mess everything up and then redial it in for you guys so you can see how the technology is going to show you when and where to go. But before we do that, let's take a look at what you get with the machine, because there's some cool accessories that come with it. So you do get your portafilter. So it's a 51mm portafilter from DeLonghi. It does come with both the single wall and dual wall baskets. So we have the single wall basket in right now. It's a little dirty because we were brewing some espresso. So single and double shot there for either or. You also get this little kind of barista set here. So this is your dosing funnel, which clips right onto the portafilter like that. So saves on mess, very easy. Ooh. This is really cool. And there is some notations just on the front of it here, which you use when you're dialing in your espresso or using the Bean Adapt technology that's in here. But this is your tamper. I quite like it. It fits really nicely down in the funnel, and it doesn't allow you to really go off center or like tamp on an angle, because the whole tamper is the same size, which is awesome. This is a trimmer. So this is going to help to adjust the dose that's in the portafilter. So if you ground out too much, you don't have to waste the whole shot. You can use this to trim off the excess. And it kind of collects in the center here, which I personally really appreciate because it makes it easy to kind of discard the excess. And then this little guy down here, which not only holds all of your accessories, is also a little tamping mat and station. So when it's down on the countertop, the portafilter with the spouts on the bottom sits nicely down there, and then you have a place to tamp, saves the countertop, saves a little bit of space, which is nice as well. You also get a milk pitcher with the machine, and you get some starter cleaning supplies as well. You do have a little compartment up top here to hold all of your cleaning accessories or anything else that you might want to hold in this machine here, or that stuff that you don't want to lose. The baskets don't really fit in here, unfortunately. You could put maybe like one of the baskets in there, like a single shot basket. We kind of find that most people stick with using either a single shot or a double shot and don't typically flip back and forth. So, you store whatever you want in there. You do have a water tank located on the back. It's approximately 2 liters. The grinder that I mentioned, the bean hopper here, it holds approximately 200 grams. So it's a pretty standard size for this size of machine. Speaking of, we'll just put the dimensions just right here for you. So it's relatively small and compact. I really like it. You should have no problem fitting it on your countertop. And then you also get a little like stand here to bring the espresso cups up a little bit taller. If you are pouring espresso, you don't want it to fall too far down into the cup, losing all that temperature. So that can sit nicely onto the drip tray. All right, so we're going to first program our bean. I do already have it programmed, like I said, but we're going to redo it so that you can see how the Bean Adapt technology works. Like I mentioned, it's in some of their other super autos. So if you are familiar with other DeLonghi machines, this will be pretty similar to you, but it is the first in the semi-automatic. I think it does a really good job, personally. It's really easy to use. All right, let's get going. Okay, so we're going to redial in our Colombian espresso. I have adjusted my grind size so that it should no longer pour exactly as I want it to. So from your main screen here, up at the top, you have a little bar here. Ours is noting Colombian espresso, so I'm going to click on that. Now, if you wanted to add an entirely new type of bean, so say you also had a few other roasts that you enjoyed, like a Lavazza or Trucillo or anything else, you could click Add, and you could start right from scratch. We're going to go, we're going to go into our Colombian espresso and we're going to refine it. So I'm going to click double. And I'm going to say that my current grind size number is 5, which is what it is. Okay, now it's telling me to place the dosing and tamping guide onto my portafilter. So I'm going to put that on top and lock it in place. I'm then going to take my portafilter and put it into the grinding cradle. And I'm going to hear it click by pressing it into the trigger on the back. Great, so now it's ground out all the coffee that it was programmed to. And I'm going to take my portafilter now, place it down with the funnel still on top. And I'll take my tamper, and with the notations facing me, I'm going to press it down and see where it lands. All right, so ours is landing just above the OK at -1. All right, and now it wants me to place the portafilter underneath the grinding chamber again and top up my espresso. So I'm just adding a little bit more. Great. Place that back down, place this back on top, and now look. Now we are stationed at OK. I will note where it is sitting. And it changed all of my parameters here. And now I will put my portafilter up into my group head. Pull the portafilter over, place a nice little cup underneath. Oh, I'm gonna have to remove that. And now I'm just going to click brew. So I'm going to click the little play button that is in the center of the double shot espresso. And then after the espresso pours, it's going to tell me if I need to make any changes or if my espresso poured well. All right, so this is just telling me that I should taste the espresso. So what I've learned from this machine means you're getting close. Yeah, I'm going to make a little bit of a change. So I'll set this off to the side and I'm going to click refine. It wants me to put my grind size to grind size number 4. Now, this grinder does have 15 grind sizes, so that's a good number to be able to select from. So we changed the grind size to 4. Now we're grinding for our double shot again. Go. I've got my tamper, place that down, press it down. And I definitely need to grind way more. So, -1. Right. Let's see how this one is. Here we go. And now we're at the okay. We're good there. All right. Now I'll put the portafilter up, click it over, and place my cup underneath. And we're going to brew another double shot espresso. So with this one, if it's like a big, not well poured espresso, it will tell you to adjust things to a specific number. If the espresso poured pretty close to being really good, it's going to tell you to taste it, and then you decide if you wanted to make an adjustment because you're falling within that range of being a good ratio and brewing good espresso. All right. All right, so this shot brewed good enough for us today. I'm curious how it's going to pour when we're just brewing the regular espresso, and if we need to make any adjustments, we'll do it from there. So I'm going to click OK for me. There we go. All right, so we dialed in our espresso. We're going to make a milk beverage with this machine, and I am going to show you how the steam wand works in both automatic and in manual. Like I mentioned, I've used the steam wand before, and I am a fan of it, especially in the automatic upright position. I found that the pressure was really good, the consistency was really good. But first, let's go through the beverage menu that this machine has, because you have a lot of programmed beverages that you can adjust your parameters for. So adjusting some like volume settings, as well as foam amount settings for your more milk beverage based drinks. And then it also has some cold drinks too. So we're gonna go through that, show you what this machine offers you for beverages, and then we'll brew some ourselves. So starting at the very beginning, we of course have espresso going in next to cappuccino, and then we have our first cold beverage. So cold brew on the DeLonghi's versus their over ice are different. Cold brew will brew slower. Over ice brews at a relatively normal pace, but at a lower temperature. Cold brew results in more of like an iced coffee flavor, like actual cold brew, whereas the over ice still retains that nice crema that the espresso will have. Latte macchiato, latte flat white, just regular hot milk, long black, Americano, and hot water. And then you also have the ability to add your own beverages. So you can customize up to 9 drinks and have them programmed to your heart's content. Each of the other beverages can also be programmed, but if you wanted to have some fun and play around with that, you could. So you can start from one of the beverages that are already programmed here, which is a really great jumping off point. And then from there, you just adjust your parameters to suit what you like. All right. And up in the top right corner, you have a gear. This is going to open up the machine settings where you can adjust some different parameters for the machine, as well as reset the machine to factory settings. So you can adjust your language, the auto off time, and a few other things as well. There's not a whole lot of customization there, but just so you know, it is there for you. All right, so we're going to brew a milk beverage today, probably like a cappuccino or a flat white. We're going to brew it using the manual wand first, and then I'll show you how the automatic wand froths afterwards, okay? Let's get brewing. So if you're using the wand in the manual position, there's kind of 2 ways that you can use it. You can brew just espresso and then use the steam wand afterwards. It's easier though to just go into the drink that you're wanting to make and go from there. So I'm going to select cappuccino. You'll notice that the milk right now says auto, but if I lift this wand up, it'll switch to manual. I've got my funnel on my portafilter, and now I'm going to set it into the grinding chamber and collar, and I'm going to click it in to start grinding. All right, I'm going to put this down onto my tamping station. Got my tamper, and I'm going to press that down nice and hard. go. Just do a little bit of an extra polish there. Perfect. And then I'll throw my portafilter up into the group head, twist it to the side. Then I've got my nice mug. I'm gonna throw that underneath. This is a DeLonghi double wall glass mug. It's really nice. I use it very frequently in our videos. I quite like it. And I'll click double. And now the espresso is going to start to pour. There we go. Perfect. All right, so then we have our espresso. So now we have our espresso. I would want to make a few adjustments to that. Maybe grind for a little bit longer and then see how that pours, but like it smells well extracted. I'm not overly concerned with it. It just could be a slightly better shot. So unlike some other machines that have a similar technology, this one doesn't tell you after brewing your shot for your beverage if your shot is good or not. It only does that when you're in the actual bean adapt technology mode. So when you're kind of going through brewing the espresso yourself or brewing your drinks, if you notice that something is off, you just want to go back into that program and kind of redo it. Unless you know what you're doing, then you can make your adjustments as much as you want. I will note as well, like you can brew a 2-to-1 ratio on this machine. You can do that with any machine that you have a grinder with or that has a grinder on board. With that is a semi-automatic, not so much with the super autos, but with a semi-auto you could absolutely do a 2-to-1 ratio, dosing in what you need and grinding it all out. We're just using this machine stock so that it is as user-friendly as it can be for most consumers. Most likely the type of customer gravitating towards this machine is somebody that might not right away dive into the 2-to-1 ratio brewing and want to utilize all of the nice automatic functions and features that this machine does offer to get you good espresso. Okay, so now we're going to use the steam wand. Like I mentioned, we're going to use the wand in the manual mode because I want to show you the capabilities of it in manual mode. A lot of the time when you have an automatic steaming wand, it can sometimes lack in manual mode. So let's show you what it can do in manual. Because steaming milk's not that hard, just takes a little practice. You'll always get a better result when you're doing it yourself too. All right, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to fill my pitcher up about halfway, and then I'm going to line up my milk jug handle with the steam wand first. I'm then going to twist it about 45 degrees to the side. Because I've kept my portafilter in here, I'm going to twist it towards the left. And then from here, I'm going to click the play button that's on my screen because that's going to start my, my manual steaming. The tip of my steam wand is just kind of hovering above the surface of the milk here, just barely in there. And then since this does have 2 wands, the bigger one is going to be the foamer, or the actual steam wand, and the thinner one is the thermometer. So we're actually going to be able to watch the temperature of our milk rise so that you can be really precise with the temperature of your milk if you want to. I'm more of a manual gal, and I like to feel it with my pinky finger. There we go. As I kept my portafilter in, it is a little odd to kind of angle this. All right. Now this is just about done. I'm going to click stop. And I'm going to pull my jug out. All right, now, okay, I didn't steam the milk very well that time. That's okay. I can fix this. Now, this wand will auto purge. So I'm going to wrap my wand in my cloth and I'm going to press it down. So like I mentioned, I can kind of save this milk because it wasn't my best frothing job, but it is still good. So you can see here, now that I've spun it around on a very small axis, I've got that shine that I'm looking for the microfoam. There's still a few larger bubbles, but it's really okay. And I know that DeLonghi's milk pitcher, in comparison to this cup from them, are not a compatible size. This isn't going to be quite enough milk to fully fill this little cappuccino cup here, but I like it so much, I just continue to use it. There we go. All right, cheers. Yeah, it's really good. Super, super yummy. If I had dialed in the espresso even better, it would be even better, but milk texture is really good. Temperature is really nice. We have our temperature set to being in Celsius, but you can change it to Fahrenheit. I mean, like even here in Canada, we are using the metric system, but when it comes to temperature, my brain goes to Fahrenheit for some things like milk. And so this is one thing where when it was at 60, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Why does it feel so hot? But anyways, you can change it. Ours, I think I steamed it to about 60 degrees. So it's a nice temperature. You can drink it right away. Yeah, that's awesome. Really, really nice. Fantastic steam wand. I like that you can read the temperature on the screen. A lot of people and a lot of customers are frequently wanting to know what temperature their milk is steaming to when in manual mode. And unless you have a jug that can display it for you, or you have a separate thermometer to place into your milk jug, there's really no way of knowing unless you're like feeling it. You can kind of get a sense for it, but it's not very precise. So I love that they not only like have that, but that they've added it to be used during the manual steaming, which is really nice. All right, we're going to use the automatic steaming wand now, and we're going to brew the same beverage and do a little bit of a taste comparison. All right, so we will be right back. All right, so we have brewed the espresso, and now we're going to steam the milk using the automatic function on the wand. We're gonna make some adjustments to both the temperature and the foam amount though too, just so you can see how to do that. All right, so with the wand on A, this little arrow here is pointing at A. That means we're on automatic. I'm going to go just below my milk jug here where it has the numerical values, 65 and 4. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm going to go all the way up to 5 for froth, nice and frothy. And the temperature I'm actually going to put down to 60. You can also adjust the type of milk you're using. So you could use plant-based if you wanted to. That is going to adjust the pressure and temperature of the steam coming out of the wand to best foam the milk. Now I'm going to go back to my milk settings and I'm going to click auto. And now it's going to start to automatically heat and texturize the milk to the settings that we set it to. So this wand right now, it's making this loud screeching noise. Eventually that's going to stop and it's going to start aerating. There we go. And now we're going to start making the foam. There we go. And you can see the milk is starting to rise up. As the milk heats and expands, it's going to start to get bigger and start to really fill up the milk pitcher. Oh, our milk might overflow. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. It's gonna shut off in a sec. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yay! So this machine does give you nice little messages on the front of the screen to tell you what to do and when to do it. So this is telling me to wipe off, to remove my milk jug and place my wand into the off position. and it'll automatically start cleaning. So I'm gonna wipe this down as well. And then it's going to purge out. So this wand is also insulated. So now we have our automatic steamed milk. It's really jiggly. So this is not foam to the same consistency that I steamed my milk to. It's going to be a lot foamier. I can't even like really move this around that much. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways. Woof. Nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, this filled up my cup nicely. Okay, cheers. Oh my gosh, it's got so much foam on it. My first sip is going to be just all foam. That was just like literally all foam. I probably have a bit of this is really good. I maybe would have put the temperature up a little bit just because there is so much foam. It kind of made the temperature lower, but it's so enjoyable. I actually kind of prefer this one over mine. And I think it's because I do like foam, and this gave me more foam. So this temperature is really complementary actually to the espresso. I think mine might have been a little bit hot. This one's better than mine. That very rarely happens, but this did a little bit of a better job in making a drink than me. Maybe I wasn't on my game today, who knows, but this is really, really nice. The foam is gorgeous. The consistency is good. It feels very incorporated and like kind of like a more holistic beverage. Yeah, really, really good. All right, awesome. Okay, so this machine, let's just quickly review. This is a semi-automatic from DeLonghi. It is one of, I don't know, how many La Specialistas are there now? I don't even know, I wouldn't even be. 74, thank you, Editor Jack. I actually don't know. Actually, here is how many La Specialistas there are.
Do that work.
I'm gonna make Jack do that work. There we go. I'll help you, don't worry. But this is the La Specialista Touch. So we have the 51 millimeter portafilter, we have an automatic and or manual steaming wand, depending on how you wanna use it. Beautiful color display touchscreen with the Bean Adapt technology, which helps you to dial in your espresso a little bit easier until you get the hang of it yourself. You get awesome tools and accessories that can be used to help you dial in your shot. So this tamper being like basically a straight shot down, really, really awesome addition, as well as this little trimming tool. I love it. I love that it catches all of the grinds in the center here. That's so helpful. We didn't have the opportunity to show you and use it in this review, but I've used this a few times using this machine, and honestly, I really like that. The little tamping station as well, of course, the fact that it does come with the funnel, it comes with your milk pitcher, decent sized water tank, and the price is good on this machine too. So this one comes in at around $1,300 Canadian regular retail price. It will obviously be going on promo different times throughout the year, but really, really good price for everything that it's giving you. And it does come with DeLonghi's warranty, the 2-year +1 when you register it on their website for warranty. And if you're local to us at ECS Coffee, then we are a registered service center for you within your warranty or out of, so nice and easy for you. But yeah, I've used this machine a number of times now. I thoroughly enjoy it. Some little things about this machine that kind of elevate it as well, and just more aesthetic things that I personally really enjoy on this machine that they've done. One is the size. The size of this machine is perfect. It's nice and compact, it's tiny, it's going to fit in basically anyone's kitchen. It's a really awesome size for a semi-automatic machine, especially one that packs in so many functions and features like this one does. And this is small, but this bean hopper is gorgeous. It's got a little bit of embossing or a little bit of like a, I don't know, just an aesthetic feature there. It does elevate the appearance of the machine quite a bit. I really, really like it. DeLonghi, they saw a little bit of a gap in their semi-automatic lineup, and they filled that gap, and they've done a really good job. I honestly am a big fan of this machine. Like I said, I've used it a number of times, so I'm really, really enjoying it, and I think you guys will too. If you have any questions about this machine or any of the products that we use, so all of the products we use you can shop on our website, and we'll just link them in the shop box below this video. And if you like our content, just make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with what we're doing. We've always got new videos and reviews coming out, and make sure you follow us on our social media channels as well to stay up to date with other stuff that we're doing across all of our channels. So we'll see you next time, guys. Cheers.